Hello, listeners, and welcome to another big edition of the 2 Units podcast. Group 1 racing continues in Queensland this week with the running of the Oaks for the Fillies. Plenty of other black type races on that card, and we'll also have specs across 3 other states. Flemington, a nice meeting there at headquarters to wrap our eyes around, as well as Morphettville Parks and Royal Randwick. So bring in the great man, the SULTS. How are you, mate?
Foots, nice to be here, mate. Yeah, I'm going pretty good.
Jeez.
Remember you used to get called
No,
footsie?
I remember.
Yeah. I've heard you've got some interesting sort of hobbies, I guess. But that's cool. To be honest, I don't have a great deal to say in this segment. I've got some stuff for the supper and pack your nags. I'm sick of the small talk and I want to get to the real stuff.
Yes, I'm looking at the run sheet. There's some real sort of highbrow stuff in there. Speaking of footsie and fetish, I could really utilise my surname and make some solid cash on the side on some of these platforms, Salts.
You could. I saw an interesting video the other day. It said it feels so nice to have the breeze in your hair, and someone had their toe out the window and the hair on their toe was like 12 centimeters long and it was just like blowing in the breeze. The algorithm stitched me there.
This fresh, delicious, tasty, meaty, turkey-filled, cold-cut combo. I eat 3 every day to help keep me strong.
It's time now for the Sultan Supper. It's a supper in your name where we bring across the great performances or things that we just want to celebrate through the week.
Yep. Once we said we were going to remodel this segment, and this is now the 243rd edition, perhaps, of the supper, and it's going pretty strong. Did you see Henry Dwyer or hear him on Gareth's program the other day?
I saw a few snippets.
Yeah, it was a good interview.
He was firing a few shots.
It was good. Yeah, it was really good. But he told a story about a quaddie that went wrong, and I wanted to bring him to the supper and just put my arms around him. So if you didn't hear this, he had a quaddie at stall one day. He had Asphora early in its career. He had another couple legs where it was $40-50, and he had the Cisco's kid going in the last. He said it was for about 350-400K for a quaddie at stall, which is just outrageous. Had it going 50 times, and this horse was in front before and after the post, and it lost by a nose in a head bobber for that much money.
That's sickening. And automatically, I don't know why my brain goes to, did he lay off? But it's irrelevant. It's 400K.
Yeah. I don't know what price the horse was. You think you would lay off to, you'd make it you'd want to take home at least 80K, wouldn't you? I don't know. It depends on the price of the horse as to how you do that, but... Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's that's a fair invite to the supper.
I've lost head bobbers that have cost me like $600. No matter what the outcome of the head bobber in terms of a monetary reward, when they don't go your way, it's horrific.
Yeah, they're sickening.
And you always forget about the ones that go your way.
Yeah. Just while we're on the topic of Asphora, because you mentioned her, I've been reeling in just getting some great rage bait going among some of the UK horse fans via Instagram. I put up a reel on the 2 Unit socials last week with the jump outs of Jolie Star and Overpass, and I've basically just said they're the greatest sprinters in the world and you won't get near ours. And it's fair to say the bait was taken by a few of them.
I saw you going head to head with a few.
Yeah, I've gone head to head and I just keep biting back and just putting it on, and it's just going to be one of those great social media moments when I compile a receipts reel of just these people, just calling them out individually when Jolie Star pulls their pants down over there. And I hope she does.
Well, I hope she does as well. We've got a good rivalry. We don't like each other in any sports.
Yeah. And they can bring their Northern Hemisphere 3-year-olds and their, maybe their B-grade stayers over here and clean us up, but we're the sprinting nation.
Yeah, we are. Yep. They'll kill them over there.
Yep.
Jolie Star in particular.
Oh, definitely.
Should just belt them.
Yeah. Speaking of things,
I don't even know what horses exist over there. I couldn't care less.
I couldn't. Yeah, I'm not crunching the form. I'm just being inflammatory.
Yeah,
with all of my comments towards Poms. Whilst we're on the world scale, the World Cup, FIFA Cup, starts on Friday.
Well, you've got your capper on.
Well, it's the Fiorentina. I make a conscious decision. Every place I travel and every city I go to, I buy a football shirt or something from that place. This is from Florence. But
that's not two people sitting back to back either. Someone with a bit of how you going.
Is it?
Yeah, the leg's wide open, I think.
That old chestnut. I'm just bringing the next month of
Isn't it about 2 months?
It's probably about
like 50 teams.
Well, there's 48 teams, so they've gone up from their usual 32 team model because, of course, the USA have to do it this way in terms of being bigger. Of course, it's there.
Jeez, they're in our group. Oh, geez, it'll be good to knock them off.
I know. I've seen some great vision of how pathetic their fans are. I sent you the USA Ultras, and they're like, "Go USA, go USA, go." They're such pathetic football supporters.
I don't get it.
And not saying Australia's much better. Like, our team's so pox.
Nah,
but we do have a good multicultural representation here in Australia that has some of those themes.
But even
around supporting football,
even Aussie rules football, we've still got limbs. The USA don't have limbs.
No, they don't.
But there's no limbs. Like a Super Bowl touchdown to win the game, you look in the crowd, there's just no limbs. It's like they're told to celebrate with their hands by their side. Limbs is the best thing in sport.
I know. Like, when you see like the third tier of English football and just people going absolutely wild and what it means to them. Maybe that's... I've never really been able to put my finger on why I can't get around like American sport, but maybe that is a contributing factor.
Yeah, they need a bit more hooliganism, I think.
Yeah, it's just so commercialised that it doesn't feel like there's any real soul in it.
Well, it's like the opener to basketball. They just keep selling different teams to different cities. It's hard to get a soul.
The franchises, you reckon?
So the World Cup's coming to the supper.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully the Aussies can do well. That'd be brilliant to knock off.
Just while we're on franchises, what do you want? The BBL, there was some big news this week.
Yeah, I think that's good. So it was reported by Tom Morris. Tom Morris got there first.
Oh my God. The game within a game.
Journalism. The Renegades, who were the most poverty-stricken sort of cricket outfit ever. They played at Etihad under the roof.
Or Geelong.
Where mid-wicket was covered with 79 pitches.
At
Geelong, where they used to have to abandon games because balls were like nearly killing people.
Yeah.
Like, that whole franchise was just bottom rate.
Yep.
And the Stars, they never really felt like my team because they were just like perennial losers.
They won one title, didn't they?
No, they haven't won a title.
And Renegades?
It's chokers. No, neither of them.
So there was 0 titles. Okay, I thought there might have been one.
The Stars definitely haven't.
Yeah.
Surely the Renegades haven't. They're quite stricken.
Just a Hurricanes.
But I think the best thing to do is call them the Bush Rangers, everyone's saying.
Yeah.
Then they wear the big V and actually people can get around them. They play at the MCG, the home of cricket.
Their concern with calling it that is that the Bush Rangers won't be gender neutral.
What do you mean?
That's the concern. They're saying that the Bush Rangers leans into the men's team only. So the WBBL wouldn't...
Oh, and they have to have the same name.
Yeah.
But even though there were no females in the Kelly gang, I'm sure that they could put... A female can also put on some armour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I didn't hear that. I haven't thought too critically about it, but yeah.
Did you actually hear that?
Yeah, spokesperson from from Cricket Vic.
Yeah. All right.
Mm.
Well, let's change tact here.
Yeah, let's.
AI milkers.
I was wondering how you were going to address this because all it says on the run sheet is AI milkers.
Yeah, so AI milkers come to the supper. And specifically, this is actually horse racing related. Edge thoroughbreds, Edge, and AI milkers. That is an interesting combination. Can you
explain to me what this is, Salt?
So there's an ad for Edge thoroughbreds where you've seen various corporate bookmakers now using AI in their ads.
Yep.
There's an ad for Edge thoroughbreds, and there's a woman trying to sell a horse, and she's AI. But for some reason, this woman is sort of scantily clad.
Yeah.
So I found it interesting to use AI to sell your horse, and there's...
so they're going with the model that AI sex sells, Salts. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I bought a share. I bought 10%.
you won't even buy into my horse, and all of a sudden...
Oh, no. I'm in on my horse.
Oh, right.
They're good, mate. Yeah. They're good.
I'm talking my horse.
Your horse. No, my racehorse.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Right.
But yeah, Edge Thoroughbreds, I thought that was quite an astute marketing plan.
Yeah, nothing gets past the Sultan here on 2 units.
That goal regulation size of one! So you will listen to every damn word I have to say! I seen those finger paintings you bring home and they suck! I'll come!
What are you sending packing this week, Sultan?
Knockers. I speak of door knockers.
Good.
I speak of door knockers. In any sense, they're in the news at the moment. There's been some door knocking in Bendigo to buy some votes. I'm not going to politicise the show though, so I'll just broadly
a show first.
Anyone just selling something at the door. My home is my sanctuary, and I get enough advertisements in social media feeds. I get enough.
So this is new for you.
Intrusive
because
advertisements.
You've just moved out of a complex, and you're now in let's call it a standalone dwelling.
I haven't even received one.
Oh, okay.
But if I do,
I thought this was a lived experience.
No, if I do, they'll send me packing.
Yeah. No, I get them here all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think I've sent this packet on the show before, but they want a deposit and they want money for you right there and then. And I'm always big on, give me your card, give me the website, give me the details. And they're like, oh, no, now. It's like, no. But that's fair. Yep, door knockers, they're a regular impact.
We have spoken about this. I spoke about my grandma. She's got no hawkers or something. Something. She's got to sign up. No door knockers or whatever. But yeah, it's if someone knocks on my door, and says vote for me, I'm not going to vote for you. Yep, I'm going to vote against you. There has been AI about some of when Jacinta Allen's been door knocking. There's been AI of like people like pouring custard on her and stuff, trying to pass it off as real.
Aftermarket phone screens, I'm sending and packing. I had a bit of a drop. I dropped the business phone salts the other day. I had a little bit of crackage in the screen.
That's out of your personal account. Sorry, mate,
I went and put it on the 2 units account. And I replaced the screen.
Just transfer me later.
I replaced it with an aftermarket screen because trying to look after the business expenses, I thought I won't go the $400 screen. I'll go the cheaper option, half price, and
$400
for an actual for the
even $200
for the 16.
I guess it's pretty important.
Yeah, it's got all these features. It does all these it's like light sensitivity, the facial recognition, all that sort of stuff's built into it.
Oh yeah,
but like the facial, it still works. But it gets my phone gets that hot.
Oh
if I'm
no!
If I'm on it, it's like I'm holding a meteorite in my hand when I'm been on my phone for like 30 minutes.
Does it flash up and say and turn off?
Sometimes I get a little bit of a static flash up on the screen. It just like statics and then goes, and I'm like, "This is
I think that's
Sultan completely poverty stricken. It could start a house fire."
No, I think that's dangerous, mate.
I think I might have to take it back and get a real one on the 2 units account because that is not cutting the mustard, particularly for racing's number one content creator. He can't be holding a meteorite in his hand, mate.
That is actually dangerous. Phones, there's been cases of Samsungs blowing up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They used to blow up on mid-flight.
Oh, no.
In aeroplanes.
Well, they always say, like, you can't have your power banks in the on the flight. And so that makes sense. I'm literally holding a meteorite on a flight.
If you're doom scrolling, you've got to wear an oven mitt.
And I am a perennial doom scroller.
Yeah, the foot likes some doom.
If your reels,
I can tell,
your inbox will get filled up fast.
Anyway, when I get 10 of them, oh, God.
Let's talk some racing,
Right. Footy, the unit army loves backing winners. But owning one? That'd put some lead in the pencil.
That's exactly what Dare to Dream are all about. Making racehorse ownership affordable, fun, and accessible for everyday fans.
So we're talking shares in horses with some of South Australia's top trainers?
Yep. Race day perks, stable visits, and a great community. The full ownership experience.
Sounds expensive.
That's the beauty of it. You don't need to be a high roller to get involved. Jump in with your mates, own a share, and experience the full thrill of having a runner.
Get involved today at daretodream.com.au. Your next stable star might even earn a spot on the jet board.
Okay, the serious stuff now. It is time for SULTS SPECS. Specs across 4 states this Saturday, including the Group 1 Queensland Oaks at Eagle Farm. Just a reminder, make sure you hit subscribe on YouTube if you are watching us. We want to get those subscriber numbers.
We do.
Through the roof, Sultan, because we know you're watching and you're not subscribing. So do us a favour, subscribe, interact with the show. Give us a comment, give us a thumbs up like. We love all of that stuff and we like to interact with the unit army as well.
And it's a positive space on YouTube. I've gone through that before. You know that I like my own gear, but that sounds expensive. It gets me every time.
Sounds expensive.
Yes. Just to do that ad lib just shows my drama background. My craft.
Yeah.
Yes. I could have been on Whose Line Is It Anyway? And I could have dominated, but I chose to go down a different path.
I didn't mind watching a bit of Whose Line back in the
I
day.
liked it.
Yeah, it was good. I always
liked the
questioned
one with...
how ad lib it was. Like,
Nah, don't question that.
they're so sharp. Like, do they not get some sort of inkling as to what the themes
Nah, they're just
may be?
talented, mate.
Yeah.
I watched the one with Drew.
Yeah, that was the best one.
What was his surname?
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey, yeah. There was an Australian one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it would have been Pox. There was a guy that I went to high school with that looked exactly like Drew Carey. I don't even know his name. We just called him Drew. For the whole
poor
of high school,
bastard.
he just got called Drew.
Was
Yeah.
he bald? Was Drew Carey
No,
bald?
he had like that real short blonde hair with the fringe and aggressive like.
Oh, like Me, Myself and
glasses.
Irene style, yeah.
I watched that the other night. Great film.
It's one of my favourites.
It's so good. Let's get to
That
Flemington.
2 units, that your homework is to subscribe and it's to go and watch Me, Myself and Irene.
Yep.
Flemington, rail 8 metres. It's a soft 7 as we record Thursday lunchtime, but it's been pissing down in Melbourne. There's more rain coming from the southwest of the bay. This track's going to get probably to a heavy 9. And then only light showers Friday, but 0 to 3 mils. But if it just gets topped up with 1 or 2 mils, it holds that rating. I'm looking for horses that have handled wet tracks in the past. Now, the wind, it's not overly strong, but it's from the west, which is actually a blockhead wind in the straight. So I'm looking at horses that are going to get some cover in the straight races.
Okay. We'll start off in race number 1 on the program. You want to get involved in this little 1100 metre race down the Diddle Diddle. Stars of Dom has debuted for the Hayes team. Is this like an offset of Stars of Karam or something? Is this?
Well, I bloody well hope not, because that thing was a loser.
Didn't it won at headquarters? Wasn't it like they were?
Did it win at headquarters? It won I think it won an Alistair Clark. And then it went like 30 runs without winning.
Yeah, I just remember was it Karam Downs Footy Club or something? Something. Like
Yeah. Timmy Terrellgan's mates were in on it.
Yep.
But this filly debuted not really in the market, 21 into 16 late at Sandown, behind ones that had race experience like Divine Dot, who had the wet track win first up at Warrnambool under her belt. It was over 1,000 metres. I liked the fact that on the hillside track, she balanced up and she let rip. So, that's a very long straight out of a chute. So it's similar style racing to the Flemington straight. So I think she covers up. Luke Curry retains the ride. And the time overall of that race was very similar to Dreamsell winning the benchmark 78. But her last 200 metres had more strength than that race as well. It was the 7th fastest of the program. Yes, it was a deteriorating track, but she meets Divine Dot 1.5 kilos better off at the weight. I think 1,100 metres will be right up her alley on this spacious surface, and I expect her to be charging late.
Stars of Dom 320. What's Vega Vixen done wrong?
Nothing. It was a nice win on debut. It rated well on the Caulfield Heath track. She's going tighter track to bigger track, whereas, I'm confident that Stars of Dom will handle the straight. She did have the most sweetest and beautiful run in transit that you can get in racing when 2 litres carb up, you sit third in isolation. But it was soft late. She can win, but I'm keen on the chances of Stars of Dom. Looks like she'll be hitting the line really hard.
Okay, race 2 is a benchmark 78. This is over 1,600 metres. Medea is your $4 favourite. Nobler is $6. Fearless Freddy, $7.50. Territorian, $12. Mamet's $14. Out to the rest. Ant, $18 also, who's an emergency, but you're entertaining.
Nobler won't go on the wet. Medea looking for 1,600 metres, never seen a wet track on race day, so quite obviously unexposed. Ant is a terrific insult to call someone.
It is.
Yeah.
What about piss ant?
Yeah, piss ant's great.
Yep.
But just to say you're an ant, like not even piss ant, just straight up call them the insect, and I can guarantee you it hit them right between the eyes.
I've been called a lot of things in my life, particularly in the last sort of 6 to 8 weeks. Ant's not one of them.
Well, I'll come along to the football tomorrow night and I'll yell it over the fence.
Thanks, Sults.
So Ant needs 3 to come out, but I liked his return on the Heath track. It was a race that was out slow, home hard. He gave away fitness, and he was completely tanking. And just with nowhere to go, bigger track, drawn out, likes heavy tracks as well. I think he'll get better once he gets to 2,000 metres, but I reckon the heavy track brings him into it. You can shop around, depends where you shop, but I'd be taking around that $20 with places that don't factor in emergencies, because we're not really going to get any deductions for the emergencies. So take that $20. And Fearless Freddy's one that looks ready to peak third up in Australia. Resumed at Bendigo, ran on quite well when the market didn't think he'd run well. He was off 18 months. His peak performance in the UK before coming over was a soft track 1,600 metres. He went to 1,600 metres at Murray Bridge, second up off that really long spell. And he charged through the line. Jamie Mott, Barry 11, blends in that running line. I don't think any issue making some ground at Flemington on the weekend. And I want to be firmly in his camp, given there's a couple, like I mentioned, shorter in the market that has some queries.
Okay, the Flying Freddy and also the Tanking Ant in race number 2. Race 3 on the program. This is the Play On for Neil. This is a quality over 1,600 metres. We're both siding here, Sults, with Flying Done. It was an excellent return, wasn't it? Behind Concord Connie, first up 1,400 metres, and sort of gets the mile now, 2 from 2 second up. Will handle the condition, has handled soft 7 before in a high rating win at Warrnambool. And I just like the map in terms of the full control aspect of it, I think.
Regarding that win at Warrnambool, it didn't rate, but he got blinkers first time. He led for the first time. I went back to and watched that post-race interview with Dean Yendall to hear if he commented on the track conditions. And he more said like he's very green and raw hint and he got lost in front. But like his quality means that he'll handle all surfaces. So I think Dean was pretty confident that he got through the soft 7 that day. And then he went to the new level. He learnt with the blinkers on about what it takes to lead. He goes to the front. He wins a couple races at Flemington that rated really well, running good time, doing it both ends. And then, as you mentioned, he was beaten by Concord Connie first up. But that was a day at Flemington where you couldn't lead and win.
Yeah.
There was a northerly. It was a big disadvantage. They ran fast time. He stuck on well. He gapped third and fourth. As you mentioned, 1,600 metres suits. I think this is a really fair price. Maybe he'd be shorter if it was a dry track, because there's somewhat of an unknown there with his figure on a wet track not measuring up. But 440 seems pretty reasonable to have a bet on what I reckon is the best horse in the race.
Yeah, I agree. Was that her highest rating win, Concord Connie, of this prep, the one where she beat Flying Done, or did she
It was the
improve?
prior one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But it's still rated. It's still,
and
she still went well.
Well and truly form frankage
Yeah.
for her. Yeah, so both of us with Flying Done in race number 3. Race 4 on the program is a 3-year-old quality here. It's called the VRC Community Race Day Sprint. This is over 1,200 metres. I like the chances of Biologics in this race. So she's the most lightly raced 3-year-old in the race, and she returned with a bang at Werribee in inferior company. She just had panels on those, though. She ran the fastest last 200 metres of the day under 4 grips. She dropped 6 kilos off that run. She did dip her toe in some better races in the spring without much luck. I made a case for her. I think it was in the Capped on Tees. She didn't really get out and get a look at them that day. I think you could be forgiving of that performance. Key gear change. You love the glue-on shoes coming off Salts. I know you're all about that. The feet are in good order.
They are.
She draws barrier 11, and you sort of touched on it in how the track might play. Barrier 11 smothered up with that block headwind. She's going to get last. She's going to get last look, and I think she means business this prep, and she can progress through her grades nicely.
I found her on top. She had the pattern of the day to suit there at Werribee, but as you mentioned, it was pretty soft. Last 200 fastest of the day. I just wanted a bigger price to bet, so I left the race alone.
Yep. So Biologics on top for both of us. We're going to the pub to have a couple of quiet ones on Saturday. I dare say the Sultan might just have a little interest on her by the time that we've sort of had lunch. I reckon
Might have a
by
couple
then.
of Biologics, yeah.
We would have had lunch by then. This sort of be that you'll be a little bit dexterous on one of your apps, and I think you might get involved. Let's move on to race number 5. This is a Fillies and Mares benchmark 84 over 1,400 metres. I'm staying out, but you're not.
Only because of the price discrepancy between Duchess Zoo and First Chorus in what I think is a 2-horse race. But Duchess Zoo, although she's up 5 kilos from last start, she draws barrier 1. There's no other leader in the race. And it was noted after her below par performance on a good 3 track at Bendigo, the track was too firm. Then she gets her toe into the ground last start at Sandown. The market knew it because she drifted early. Those track ratings came out, the times came out that it was quite wet. And she just relished it. She dropped them off a pretty slow tempo. And she gets the same race shape again today. And the question mark on First Chorus is, although she's got a bit of change-up speed too, she's backs up 7 days, back in distance, quite a fast run race to a slow race as well. Whereas Duchess, who I think she might be a bit more dynamic. They opened up like $2.30 First Chorus, $4 Duchess Zoo. $4 was an outstanding price. And since then, the market's cotton on to the fact that this is probably a 2-horse race, and they had one of those 2 horses a ridiculous price.
Do you know the best newsbreaker in footy owns First Chorus?
Mark Stevens.
Yep.
There you go.
Were you saying that as a joke, or did you know that?
No, I didn't know it.
Yeah, there you go.
Steve-o.
Yeah,
The hanger.
Yeah.
With Half, our mate the Half. I saw Half at Woolies Camberwell, Middle Camberwell the
Great
other day.
fella.
He welcomed me to the neighbourhood.
Did he?
Yep.
Jeez, he'd have a big foothold in that neighbourhood too.
Real Glen Ferry operator,
Yeah,
probably.
That'd be sort of generational wealth type stuff now for them.
You'd think so.
Yeah, it's they're not
Well,
doing
he
it tough
took
like us, Salts.
Nah, well, RSN paid him so much they had to shut down.
And Mark Stevens too, chief
They le-
footy editor.
Yeah, they left nothing for us.
Exactly right. We came in on $50 and a can of Coke.
Oh, that was good. That's good going. That was between us.
It was, yeah. No,
Yeah.
did you think individually? Yeah, I had to pour half the can into a glass for Salts when he came. Let's get to race 6 on the program, Salts. It's the Varley Steve Richards benchmark 84 1,400 metres. I only had opportunity of interviewing him a couple of times on radio, and he was always just a cracking human to talk to. Nothing but good things about Steve Richards. I'm getting involved here. So are you. We're actually going head-to-head in race number 6. I'm with Spioni for Team Hawks. Interesting ride last start at Randwick over the mile. Tyler Schiller sort of channeled his inner Nash on Think It Over and went to the far rail and tried a little bit of funny buggers on a heavy 9.
Hawksy wasn't happy.
I was probing for this.
No, he was completely filthy.
Was he? Did he give Tyler a bit of a clip around the ears? Did he?
Yeah, he rode against instruction.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But prior to this, I thought the horse was going pretty well. So obviously he was over the mile. I don't think 1,600 metres is his go. It was a heavy 9. Look, Tyler tried something. He went looking for better ground. He was making inroads, but did peak on his run. I like him back to 1,400 metres, outside barrier. He'll get back. He'll find the best part of the track. He's got Luke Curry in the saddle. I thought Spioni was a good bet in race number 6, but you're against me.
I think he can win. I think LOU can win. I think Hill Rip can win, although I did hear he missed some work because he got a bit of a nick on his leg.
Did you hear that? You got your ear to the ground.
Will Corson's was on Gareth's show this morning.
I thought you were doing ring
I just get everything
I thought
off.
you were doing ring arounds.
Nah.
I could actually never picture you ringing a trainer or anyone for anything like that.
Nah, I can't be stuffed. I Oh, be quiet.
Yeah, the dogs are firing up.
I actually messaged Reese Goodwin.
Yep.
And I asked, can Lovely Cut bounce back this weekend? Gets her
What'd you say?
toe into the ground, looks well placed. In fact, I didn't say this weekend. I just said, can Lovely Cut bounce back?
Yep.
Gets her toe into the ground. You know, what went wrong last start sort of thing. And he said, yeah, nah, she can bounce back. And I said, yeah, I reckon, you know, it looks a race where, you know, the two favourites might be hard to beat, but there's a few others in the market. There's some question marks on, like, yeah, she can run a good race, looks a solid price. And he was like, oh, you're talking about Saturday. She's in today, Sandown, race 5.
I was going to say, because she was scratched for Saturday. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah, I hadn't looked at race 5, Sandown, looked at some other races. But, yeah.
How'd you go?
So that's as far as my ring arounds go.
Okay.
What was I talking about? Martin Tyler. Speculative. Speculative. I'm having a speculator on Vella's machine. This horse, he's going to get better over further. He mixed his form badly last preparation. He'll probably need a run. I couldn't find his jump out vision at Geelong, so it's actually a proper speculator. But I did have a lot of time for this horse early in his career when he ran well on big tracks like the Hillside, Bendigo, and then Flemington. But that Bendigo win where he broke his maiden, he won by 5 lengths. It was a really high rating maiden performance. And it was a soft 6 track and like really the only rain affected track that he's seen in his career. So just having a bit of a speculator that he'll relish the conditions and, you know, maybe a testing 1400 metres brings him into it.
Speculative. That's so good. Played a lot of FIFA in my time. I'm just, Spione's currently $4.50 in this particular race. And Vella's machine is... Specking from sort of 30s into 23 now. Some places. So
yeah, I must have set that off.
Yeah,
Took 675 to place or something.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Moving on. Where were we? We're up to race. Have you got anything in race number 7?
You do, don't you? I thought this was a good race.
I do think it's a good race as well. I'm surprised that you didn't come with me and butter up on Zaran. I thought it was really good against the pattern first up. So on Australian debut, we were with this import, and I'm going back to the well because the run carried a stack of merit. The race shape was against. They crawled along. They went 13.7 lengths outside the class average to the 600, and then he was home fastest last 8.64 200 of the race, and he clocked the fastest last 200 metres of the day. So on paces dominated the finish in that race. Steps to 2,000 metres now with improvement. Oh, he can certainly be winning.
He can. I just don't know anything about him on a wet track, so I don't want to speculate about a horse getting through it when I don't know they can. Brave Miss could win. Stars in the Eyes had its chance last start on a deteriorating track at Randwick, but dropped some 57 down to 53 and actually has some pretty big numbers next to its name. So, and a map as well. There's a few dangers here that get back. I reckoned the Doctor of Love is on track this preparation, but he draws out. He's probably going to be run short, gets better to 25. Chocolate's got no weight. 2,000 metres can suit, but then probably wants a bit further. So I can make a case for quite a few of them. So I just stayed out because although I did like him and wanted to follow him, I wasn't sure about the wet track conditions I ran.
That's what they used to call me when I was single, the Doctor of Love.
What are they calling you now?
Don't know. The Doctor.
Doctor of Foots.
Yeah. Yes, not much there, Sults. Race 8 in the program. 3-year-old quality handicap. This is 2,000 metres. I am no run. Steve Smith shouldering arms, sort of showing the back of the bat to the bowler, but Sults has said two bet play all day here for me.
Well, I'm just not seeing any speed in the race. So Seriously Hot rolls across and either leads or sits outside Emperor Zoo. I think he'll probably lead because that's what he's been doing his last couple. And I liked the way that, you know, he stayed at 1,600 metres on that soft/heavy track at Sandown last start. At the 100, he changed legs. And then when Kaleo, who had 3 kilos less than him, 51 kilos, sort of idled up to his girth, he sort of held the horse. I thought it was a run to suggest that he could actually get 2,000 metres and only going up a kilo from that win. I think he can. And he just absolutely relishes wet tracks, this guy. Really relishes it. So the conditions are to suit. And One that's a little bit off Broadway for Mick Trotter is Noble Work. He draws quite tricky, but I thought his return was good at Pakenham. He rose to 1600 metres second up. They went slow. He got back. He sort of poked through late and worked through the line quite well to suggest that maybe 2000 could suit. And in his first preparation, his third up run was his best run of the prep.
Okay, so Seriously Hot and Noble Work, who it's a pretty good price at around $17. Noble Work, and you also like the chance of Seriously Hot around $8.50. We'll move on to race 9 now. Salts, this is a benchmark 84. It's over 1200 metres to round out the program at Flemington. Yourself and I were going head to head in this race. You've got a couple of bets, and I'm hoping my runner Silver Magnate does get a run. Graham Begg may have alluded that they might scratch if it's too heavy. I'd be surprised at that because he's a bit of a fresh weapon, and his career peak performance was first up last time in at 1200 metres at Sandown. So, and that was a 7 that day.
Yeah, we've spoken about this though. Do you want to cook a horse early in its prep? We spoke about it with that Stars thing, whatever that was called for Price Kent Jr., you know, bit worried about it kicking off on the wet.
Yeah, we did.
What does that do for the rest of the preparation? Well, when you're beating 40 lengths, I don't think it does that much for your preparation. So,
but it's more so when it's an unknown. So that horse was probably more unknown on wet, which you got right. Congratulations.
Well,
but
it's an unknown with this horse.
yeah, I mean, well,
Soft fives are on
was
a
it
lake
5,
side.
was it? I thought it
Yeah,
was 7.
nah, 5.
Oh,
Fives are different to heavies. I was going to find this horse, but you know he's got a great starting price profile. His jump outs are good. His rating first up last preparation was off 54 weeks, and it was big.
Yep.
So I think there's a race in him, but yeah, Graham Begg talking about those track conditions just made me ease off him and the fact that he might not run.
But I actually love that as well. Like if you can have something on, and if the track is in bad nick, well, he's going to scratch it.
Yeah.
So I actually like hearing that.
I backed 2 horses. Zupa Fund, I thought he probably jumped out to the eye a little bit better leading into his last preparation, but he's only run on like an actual rain-affected track was a big peak. Now, at this stage, it's an outlier, but speed was on. He ripped home that day at Ballarat. He beat home Ruta Royale, who's been very competitive in this grade. So I think fresh sprint trip's good for him. And the other one's Mark Dell. He ran a nice new peak at Sandown last start, off-space runs. Most of his runs are space, but he strings a couple together now. But he was home quite strong there. The way this race sets up, I like him to just be sort of cuddled until maybe the 250, just cuddled out of the breeze and then let rip rather than like sustaining a run. And his run 2 back at Ballarat was a lot better than the rating suggests it was and that it looked to the eye. He beat home Claymore Mine, who has gone on to run well in some mares races, but it was the day at Ballarat where the inside was an absolute travelator. Yep. And he was wide throughout. He was the only horse that won like that on the program. So I want to add merit to that. I think he's going well.
Okay, Mark Dell's $9.50. Zupa Fund is $6.50. Silver Magnate is $7. It's quite an open race because Zupa Fund is the $6.50 favourite. I tell you who it would pain me if this horse, like, it would be great.
Let me
for
guess.
Connections, yeah. Tell new camp.
What, new camp this start or recently?
Recently.
Yeah, Midtown Boss.
No,
Oh,
I'm
no.
talking Moby Dick. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
I'll never forget falling for this thing.
He's going in my quaddie, Moby Dick. He jumped out poorly, but...
Well, he's with Gavin Bedgegood now. And you know Gavin Bedgegood will always get at least one good run out of these tried horses that he brings into his yard. And I reckon it was Turnbull Stakes Day a couple of years ago when Via Sistina won, and he was in race 1 on the program, and he just had that peak rating. I went there and he absolutely broke my heart and my day, unfortunately. But I've been chasing him ever since the Moby. I've been chasing he's my white whale, Salts, the Moby.
Put him in the quaddie.
I'm putting him in the quaddie.
Straight track, wet track.
That would be limbs.
If he was still in. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, true. Let's move on now to that, because that rounds out Flemington. We're going to head to Eagle Farm because it is a big day of black type racing up there at Eagle Farm, and obviously it's Group 1 Queensland Oaks Day. We'll get to the Oaks soon and talk to it. It's a pretty challenging race to dissect, but what can we expect in terms of the conditions, because it looks to be improving weather-wise up there?
Well, they're going to have to irrigate. Yeah. Otherwise it'll be a firm 2. Because it's a soft 5 Thursday, but we saw how quickly this track improves and it's dry weather. So This probably will be a good 3 at some stage of the day. They'll come off the fence, but when it does firm right up, it's not easy to really swoop off wide runs.
Gets laney, the farm.
Yeah, it does. Yep.
Race 3 on the program is a listed race over 1,000 meters. It's a blink and you miss it type scenario, Sultan. Head to head for us. I did like I've got Superb second. I wanted to make a case, but I ended up leaning with the older boy Steady Ready, who I think might still be the best horse in the race.
I want to side with something that's off pace here because there's a lot of speed. Superb was caught 4-5 wide, no cover last start. And I thought stuck on quite well this mare. She gets blinkers first time, and I like the setup of speed on, blinkers first time, back in distance. When you're back in trip and the blinkers go on, you need the speed to be on. So I thought her run last start had merit, and she's got a smattering of ratings that hit the winning standard. So double figure odds with that speed on. I thought that she could run a nice race for us. Tonkin is your favourite. Peak ratings just win this most times, and it's really only her last 2 runs that don't hit the standard. But I don't love this gate for her with speed underneath. When she's sort of slow away and then has to muster, she can get a bit keen. So I can't see her getting a great run.
I'm laying her to place.
There you go.
Tonkin. Yep. I think she lacks a little bit of intestinal fortitude. In fact, I'll go as far to say that since Kerguelen went up and nosed her out on Blue Diamond Day, I think Kerguelen broke Tonkin's heart, Salts.
Well, he broke my heart.
There were multiple hearts broken on Blue Diamond Day with Tonkin being that best bet. But I thought last start was weird with her wide off the track. Didn't have the toe to go with him, darted back to the inside. Look, I'm prepared to take her on. I think it's a pretty even race, and I don't think she'll run into the top 3. But I'm going to side with Steady Ready as my on-top selection. As I mentioned, he's one of the more exposed campaigners in this, but he just looks to get his ideal setup. He's got Barrier 1, good track, 1,000 metres. He's through the listed Bat Out of Hell at the Gold Coast. He gave a big sight first up, but he gets 2.5 kilo weight swing on the winner, and I'd argue as well that he probably didn't go fast enough first up. Like his best performances have been absorbing fast tempos. They actually didn't go that fast in the Bat Out of Hell first up. So he's going to be completely primed now second up, and that additional fitness on side. Tommy Berry handlebars down job. Steady Ready on top for me in race number 3. Race 4 on the program. This is the listed Show a Heart 2-year-old for the set weights here. 1,500 metres. My old suburb, Salts. I grew up in Glenorchy, in the northern suburbs of Hobart.
So is that the extent of your form for this race?
So back Glenorchy at all costs. No, he did catch my eye on debut, and I was like, I need to watch this just from a sort of a northern suburbs point of view. But I thought when he went up $5 in this race, it was a good price. There's been a bit of early cash for him. I'm optimistic that he'll get back out, just given the evenness of this race. Perhaps someone given some local flavour here. We know they like to jump out of trees to back the locals, and he's not one of those. But he's debut on soft 7 at Randwick over 1,200 metres, I thought carried a fair bit of merit. Like, he was eased off heels on the turn. He lost momentum, but worked home pretty well through the line. What took me with him, Salts, is he had 2 trials prior to his debut. One was on soft, and the other was on good 4, and he motored across the top of the ground. Tommy Berry, again, barrier 1, race to race, Tommy Berry, barrier 1 double here, should not spend a cent from that gate, and the rise to 1,500 metres should suit him. So I'm putting Glenorchy on top, more than just a shout out to my hometown, Salts.
You're running this middle section of the card, mate. Race 5, Queensland Day Stakes for the 3-year-olds, and you sided with Syphilis.
I hope I don't catch that, but I hope I catch her, because she's back in the winner's circle. I should say back. She finally broke through. And can you hear that? I think that's the floodgates opening for this girl, Saltsy, if you can hear that, because she was a loser heading into her cheap kill when she was engaged at the Gold Coast, but there's probably a reason why, and she's been racing in pretty good company. She was $1.45 in that maiden on the Gold Coast. She's finally broken through, a little bit of a confidence booster, but if you look back through her 9 career starts prior, she's 3 times placed at listed level. She's run second to the likes of Grafter Burners, which is just elite form for this. She also placed in the $3 million Sunlight back in January. She beat home the likes of Savvy Halley, who went on to win the Light Fingers and finish second in the Surround. Jamie Mellum going on board is now 1 from 1, draws beautifully in 5. This is a nice filly, Sylph.
I think half the field's beaten her.
This is a nice filly, Sylph, and the floodgates are about to open for her with
She's
the
going to have to
confidence
turn the tables on like
boost
8 different horses.
Side.
$1.40 last start. She did what she should have,
Did
surely.
you see the gaps back through the field? My goodness.
Second was charging.
One charged at a late, but she said, no, thanks, not you. And it's 5.5 lengths back to third.
What price have we got for her? Let's go through race 5.
$6.
Miss Freelove's favourite. Oh, $6.
$6 best bet.
Best bet?
Best bet at Eagle
Jesus.
Farm, $6.
You're going each way, surely.
$6 best bet. Don't even worry about the place.
She's a loser.
Are we going straight to the Group 1?
Nah, race 6. You're literally skipping my best bet in the entire bloody country, mate.
Best?
Yes.
Half the field's beaten it.
Not this horse.
What do we got? What races? Hang on.
This is for the fillies and mares.
I'll intro it, Sults. All right. I'll intro it. Race number 6 on the program. It's the Magic Millions National Classic. It's for the fillies and mares. It's weight for age. It's 1,600 metres. Winston.
Well, she's number 1 because she's the top dog. So she's well weighted at weight for age. Her runs so far this preparation, Churchill's Choice, have been outstanding. She charges late first up on a dry track behind Tuileries at Newcastle. She was smashed in Emancipation, but that was on a soft 6 track. I want to isolate her good track runs this preparation, and all of them measure up to winning this. She beat the boys in the Hawkesbury Gold Cup, which was good. A race that had a lot of depth as well. And then she gave weight to the winner at weight for age last start, another male in Helsing in the Scone Cup, but she should have won that race. She was held up badly. Once she got clear and darted through a needle-eye gap, her last 200 metres was race fastest, third fastest of the day. I think she just sort of blends in midfield, gets the right run, gets the middle of the track. Reggie Bayless sticks from the last couple. I cannot believe she's not like a $3.40 favourite. With her recent profile, the form races that she's coming through, like she's the same price as Surf and Bird, who we've got question marks on 1,600 metres this company. We've got that huge outlier at Caulfield. Every other number runs to the same ballpark vicinity in terms of one length, and then there's the outlier. That's an absolute example of an outlier performance.
I'd be more concerned about the work that Surf and Bird will have to do from barrier 15,
yeah. Look, Pinedo's beaten home Churchill's Choice in the past when they clashed in a Queensland Oaks, but I just think, she's only had 16 starts, Churchill's Choice, and she's really realised her potential so far this preparation. I'm really keen on her chances.
Okay, Churchill's Choice, good push for Sults. $5 favourite, equal favourite with Pinedo in the Magic Millions Classic. Let's move on now. I promised the Group 1, so we'll get to it and speak about it. It's the Group 1 Queensland Oaks. This is for the 3-year-old fillies. Set weights, 2,200 metres.
Is this a Group 1?
Yeah, it is by name. I mean, I think we have these discussions a little bit about some of these Oaks.
We do. This one's next level.
Well, the tail is awfully tailish, and the openers are sort of night watchman. yeah. I'm going to try and speak about it in a positive light. So
I'll even things out by saying it's a complete stink bomb.
Yeah. And given that, the way that I'm attacking the race, because you and I, we don't care caliber of races when it comes to betting opportunities. That's one thing I think
that's true. Yeah.
For 5 years on this podcast, we have never taken a backward step in. We'll do the form anywhere if we can find something that we think can win. And I love 3-year-old staying features. I love profiles of horses that have 7-day backups, and Solid Gold is the filly that backs up from the Derby last week and has, I think, a really good winning chance here as my top seed. So you looked at her run last week in the Derby. She actually did a little bit of work in that first 300 metres, and it was a fast run Derby. She motored across. She ended up getting the back of the leading pair. When they loomed for home, she looked like she was going to win the race, but I think the early work just told for her, and she laid in, and as a result didn't finish off. She now drops back from 2,400. She now drops back to the 2,200 metres, and she draws much more economically inside. I think she can just park right up close to the speed here. 7-day backup, and the fact that she's $11, I think I'm just betting on the fact that she's bouncing out of that Derby, and we see a lot of horses do that, and I'm prepared to have something on her given that setup, because that's a setup that I love.
That's a setup that I hate, to be honest. A really fast race, 7 days dropping in trip. To me, that opens right up the possibility of another flat one. I like horses when they back up, if it's through a fast race, to rise in distance, so then the next race is more stamina as opposed to a sprint. I couldn't work out why she was favourite in that Derby, because I was looking at her New Zealand runs, and it's like, well, if she was any good in New Zealand, wouldn't she have been racing in good races over there? So she was racing in shit races. I don't know. I felt like she was a bit overhyped. I don't have a strong opinion on this race. Like, if you had to pull my arm to have a bet, I'd probably have something on Soverado. Through the Roses was off spaced runs there, and Chris Waller spaced runs and probably is getting her to peak.
I don't think
in
that
this
horse,
run.
I don't think that horse gets the trip.
Yeah, she didn't get 2,400 metres, but a slower run, sort of 2,200 metres, maybe. She was pretty good behind Profoundly in the Adrian Knox, but I don't like her enough to bet in the race. It's just not for me.
Who's your on topper?
Soverado, it would have been Chispa. I thought she was really the one to follow through the Roses, but she's drawn the car park and she sort of gets back. And I'm looking at the race and I'm wondering where the speed's coming from to allow one to run on. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's an uninspiring edition of the race, but I'm all over the quick backup. Race 9 on the program. It's the Group 2 Morton Cup. This is a nice way to finish. This is a cool little race.
It is,
this one, SULTS, 1,200 metres here. You got the likes of Manal is a $4.40 favourite. I'm all out of tickets for that horse, Manal. In Flight, $6.50. King of Sparta, $6.50. Uncommon James is also $6.50. Then out to Boomtown Boss at sevens. Hidden Wealth at $9.50. And then double figures the rest. Might on top selection Chidiacs come out of the race. So you'll be playing into this with King of Sparta.
I will, yeah. Regarding Manal, she's got a great profile for this, and like given a rating nicely weighted.
I was like in a tug of war with her last night doing the form. I felt like I was being just pulled in to Manal.
I just thought barrier 1, and I wasn't quite sure about her trials, to be honest. So I've left her alone. She's the return of King of Sparta. Like, this is a good horse, King of Sparta. He resumed off 570 days under 61 kilos in the Hortensia and over 1,100 metres, which is short of his best. And his performance was excellent. I reckon with the weight drop, there's a little bit of a risk of some flatness second up.
Yeah, I'm always cautious about those long layoff second up syndrome.
Yeah.
But it's horses for courses.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
His first up run would be in the finish here.
Yep.
So, like, you just got to improve off that. And, like, looking through his profile, this guy's a bloody good horse. He's got some great figures. He's contested several Group 1s. This is a nice race for him. He's bounced through that.
A couple of disappointing scratchings with Barber, Chidiac coming out. Vidot was obviously on the Wednesday, but it's still a good race. King of Sparta, I'll follow you in because I'll be having a steak and veggies with you at the Publican. Eagle Farm, that is the Specs up there at Queensland for a Group 1 race day. We'll head to Morphettville Parks now, Salts. This part of the show is obviously brought to you by Dare to Dream. In fact, the entire Specs are, because we love the boys and the crew over there in South Australia. We are on the park circuit. What's that mean?
It means that we bet because we just love betting in South Australia. We always have. We always will be.
Yeah.
From day one of the show, the rail's 3 meters. It's a heavy 9 track. There's sort of some light showers around Friday. Not a great deal race day, but I think we're looking for horses that do like getting their toe into the ground. And with that give in the ground, you can win from off pace and you can win from off fence.
Okay. Race 2 is a maiden. It's over 12.50. You've got Kayla Cruisin is your 360 favourite. Australia Forever at 370. Navy Rock at 550. Power Dancer, Health and Happiness, Time to Kill, $8 the rest.
This is a weak maiden, and I'm having a bit of a weird bet here.
Yeah.
It is Full Head of Steam.
David Tootle.
First
Senior.
run for the camp. Hasn't been seen on a racetrack since December 2024. But,
$50.
Yep. Relative to the standard of this race, when this horse was being beaten 7 lengths, 6.5 lengths, 4.5 lengths in Victoria, it was hitting the winning standard of this race. It's a really weak maiden, but both of his jump outs have been really sharp. He's jumping out well. 12.50 going to be short of his best. No wet track exposure, but this is a big price. I'm happy to have something on.
Are you sniffing a bit of a stable set play or something here?
Not exactly a set play.
I think
I'm just sniffing some weirdness.
I think you're sniffing some funny business.
I'm sniffing some really funny, weird stuff. And I like it.
I don't mind it. I've got a full head of steam for Full Head of Steam.
What time's this race?
12:37.
We've got to get to the pub before that.
I'll meet you there at 12:35.
I'll trash the place. If Full Head of Steam wins, I'll trash the place.
Outstanding. Yeah. What would you start with first? Like a stool? Like a bar stool?
Nah,
Pool
because...
cue?
Nah, both of those are a little bit... I don't want anything with sharp edges. I don't want to take someone's eye out.
Fair.
Yeah.
No, it's good. Yeah,
Maybe tip over the pool table.
Yeah.
Because people have time enough to get out of the way of that.
Yeah.
But it still adds the point that I'm trashing the place and the balls go everywhere and stuff.
Yeah. Optical and dental.
You just want to make,
We don't want to play. That's playing with fire.
Yeah, below the shoulders.
Yeah.
Got to have some respect.
And command. That sort of gear. Race 4, benchmark 78, 2,400 metres. Wuds.
Yeah, is it once?
I don't know, but he's an absolute warhorse because he backs up. He runs 85k in a day and then backs up again.
He's also in at Swan Hill, but the weather, he's going to get a wet track at Morphettville, whereas Swan Hill, I think he's in on the Sunday, and there's not that much rain at Swan Hill, so I'm hoping Henry Dwyer brings him here. 2 back at Warrnambool, he runs the second fastest last 200 metre split of the day, and then he backs up 2 days later and he runs the fastest last 200 metres of the Warrnambool Cup. So that's a listed race where he's got 54. 2 back, he had 59 after the claim in a benchmark 70. Both of these races have more depth. And, on last start out of a listed Warrnambool Cup, he only rises 3 kilos with Troppo in the saddle. And in a smaller field, I think he can just use the fact that he could just grind them into the turf late in the piece. He looks like very much a rightful favourite.
Yeah, if you're engaging South Australia's premier jockey in Jacob Opperman, I don't think you're going to Swan Hill.
That's a great call. You put the Oppo on,
you're going Troppo.
No one lets down the Oppo.
No, you're going Troppo. It's as
the
simple
Oppo goes Troppo. If you pull a ride from him, you don't want to get on his wrong side.
Exactly right. Race 5 on the program. This is over 1,000 metres. It is a benchmark 70. Shining Smile is your $4.50 favourite. Cannot go a yard on a wet track, Shining Smile. I've been waiting for him to find a race. I'm not sure he will. Omaha Dawn 550, Super Alana 6, Deep Float Diva 650, Halliwell My favourite Spice Girl is $7 and then double figures the rest.
8 from his last 50, Troppo. 18 from 100, exceeding market expectation. 4
Airborne.
from 24, Henry Dwyer, exceeding market expectation.
Airborne.
Grand Host. I'm following a profile here of previous preparations. The speed he's on here, the horse can handle getting his toe into the ground. So I think he sort of just floats back, has last say. First up, last preparation, he ran an identical number to what he did first up at Murray Bridge. And then he ran a 5-length improved number second up, which would win this race. And then on a soft 7-track, Morphettville Park's third up, he ran the same number, which would win again. So I'm banking on him, given he was first up last start at the end of May from October of the previous year. I'm banking on him taking that improvement that he took last preparation and spiking. And I think he'll run us a real nice race at an each way price.
Yep, $10 Salts. A nice double figure price there for Grand Host. Let's move on to race number 7 now. You're just shelling peas at Morphettville in the park track. I'm getting involved, just not yet in race number 7. I'm saving myself for the penultimate. But race number 8 is where Salts will also do some work. This is a benchmark 84 over the time-honoured Morphettville Parks distance of 12.50. We've got Carrying Cheer as your $4.50 favourite.
You're looking at the wrong race.
Sorry. This is I'm getting involved in that one. This is a benchmark 76 over 15.50. Mystic Wonder and Brave Star share favouritism at $5.50. Placo is $6. Yam, $7.50. Oriental Smoke, $8. Eye Catch'em Fox, $9 double figures the rest. What are we doing here, Salts?
Indispensable hasn't won for 827 days.
That's a good form factor.
I think he can win today. And this is why. His first 2 runs were in sprint races over 1,200 metres. Last start was in the Wagga Plate where he got too far back, was okay to the line. He actually worked through the line really well in both of his runs at 1,200 metres. Now he's 5 weeks off. He jumps in trip, but they've jumped him out between runs. He gets to his right distance range now. He hasn't seen a wet track for some time, but he's got a good soft and wet track record. But if we go back to last preparation, at Flemington, he's beaten 2 lengths to Welcome to the Show. A complete winner.
Yep.
He's wide in an open race at Wagga where he runs a good figure. He's third to Precious Charm and Holy Man's in a Werribee Cup. Like, come on, man. Like, that's only December of last year. Like, none of these horses are getting close to any of those runners.
Francis Boy's in this race.
He couldn't pull out their boots, mate.
I don't know.
No, he's a fan favourite, Francis Boy, but
I reckon you're onto something here. I reckon Craig Weeding in March of this year got his calendar out and he circled this benchmark 76 over the 1550 and he went, you know what? This is a set play for Indispensable.
He can train horses, Craig Weeding. And this
so.
This guy is in this race at a big price. I'd be
He's in
very
us.
surprised if he didn't shorten late in the piece.
Yep. All facts.
Yeah.
Craig Weeding can train horses, the horses in the race, and he's a big price. They're all facts.
Yep.
Salts. And he might. Well, how many days was that losing streak?
8
800 something?
57?
All right.
827.
Hey, if anyone can break one, it's you. It's you in South Australia on the park circuit.
So true.
I'm gonna rewind and fast forward again because I'm going to go back to this benchmark 84 over the 1250. The time-honoured 1250 at Morphettville Parks. This is a race that has Carrying Cheer as your $4.50 favourite.
Yeah, he's going to Swan Hill.
Okay.
Carrying Cheer.
So I'm going to have to eat some deductions because Jenny from the block is on the second line of betting at 5s. Lingani 550, Bouncing Beyond at 7. Double figures the rest of these runners. From the block, I'm buttering up, Salts. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got.
Is that what it is? I thought it was locks.
I think it's Knox.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. I'm still footy from the block because I think we can bounce back and get some of those losses back on this guy from last start where he just tired. He just peaked on his run at Muzzabee over 1,100 metres when he was second up. What I like about him, Salts, Yes, he goes to 12.50 and you go, is that a little bit of a question mark? But when you delve a little bit deeper into the race, he loves rain-affected tracks. So his best 3 figures in his career have come on soft 7 or worse. He's now third up. He's got fitness on his side. He drops to 52.5 kilos. And when you look at the speed in this race, it's only him and the Stalker, who's aptly named because I think the Stalker's just going to stalk him. So he's going to get his own way up on the speed, and we're going to be singing Footy from the Block at race 8 at Morphettville on the park circuit.
Good luck to you, mate. He's
Yep.
one of mine from back in the day.
Is that when he's winning?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Dropped
course.
off him.
Of course. So that's how I'll be playing my only bet of the day at the moment on the Parks track. I'm sure we'll get involved a little bit later on, Salts. Anything in the last for you there?
No, we're off to Sydney now.
We are Randwick. We like betting at Randwick. There is clearing conditions also in Sydney, which we like. What will that mean for the track conditions?
I think it probably gets to a soft 5, probably even a good 4 if some of those scattered showers do miss. The inside lanes, they'll come off the fence.
Yep. Race number 3. This is a Class 3 highway, 1,100 metres.
It's just hard to watch the last start win of Exit Fee and say that anything turns the tables on him and that he's not flying this preparation. He smashed the line at Gosford first up. He was held up under 58.5 last start till about the 100, and then he just absolutely exploded. So the hippo gets him in the right spot again. He's riding well. It's a good rider to have on your side while a lot of the other ones are up in Queensland. I think he'll steer him into the clear, and he's good enough to win with the 61 kilos.
Yep, and he is your $3.60 favourite is Exit Fee there in the highway. Race 4, this is a benchmark 78, 1,600 metres. I was pretty taken by the debut win here in Australia of Nacebar for Chris Wallace. Sienna Grimer's on board. Is your $2.70 favourite here? Now, look, she does drop from 1,800 metres on the Kenzo back to the mile. And I know it wasn't much of a 64, but she slaughtered them. Like, she had a really nice turn of foot. So what I usually wouldn't love for a horse that potentially will get further over time, 18 back to 16 is not a setup I love, but just the way she did it and just picked up, turned on a dime, she put them away in the blink of an eye, and I think she looks progressive. She's only had the 3 career starts, 2 overseas, that one here, and the fact that Sienna Grime has drawn the paint, she'll just hunt runs and I think be too good for them. So Nazabar in race number 4 is my on-top selection. Let's kick through this program. So let's see, as we round out our specs up in Sydney, we've got race number 5. This is a benchmark 72 for the 3-year-olds over 2,000 metres. A dual acceptor in Decalogue.
Yeah, also in that 3-year-old race at Flemington.
Has been racing in Sydney, doing his race in Sydney though. Yeah.
This looks a pretty suitable race for him. Won at $1.40 last start at Newcastle, got the job done, but only race of the day to go inside standard. There's just not much depth here. Like, it's just got the best profile. He was pretty solid, beating 3.5 in a Tulloch. Like, something he needs to really improve, like sort of out of the ground if he just holds his form. So I thought, given that he's deep into the prep, he'll go forward. He's got that ratings base that anything with a 3 in front of his name was a fair enough price.
Okay, $3.40 for Decalogue in the 5th. Race number 6. This is a benchmark 78 over 1,000 metres. Oh, mate. Ice Cool's your $2.60 favourite. Big Red Tequila, $4.80. Amazing Eagle, $5.50. Prima Bella, $9. But
Very nice.
But we're jumping off now. And I Stole a Merc, then you're out to $20 the rest. It's all about the big, bad, bustling Red Tequila here because she's a bit of a weapon, I think, this mare.
Yep. And that $4.80 price you quoted is in from $8, which hovered there. It was even $6 this morning. So good support. Ice Cool has also been supported as $2.60. I got a lot of time for this guy. He ran fast times in his first 2 races. He did beat home Big Red Tequila when he was sort of keen, but that day Big Red Tequila's saddle shifted early as well, and he still found the line. So there's not a great deal between them.
Little bit of saddle shift limp there for me, Salts.
Yeah,
I like
nice.
when you go really deep into the form.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
Ice Cool, my question mark on him and why I want to be against him at 260 is watching both of his trials. he was slow away when he was in that race, the Sunlight, and in the market behind Grafterburners on the Gold Coast at only start 3. And he got too far back. He was slow away at start 2, and then he mustered and went outside the leader. There's a bit of speed underneath him, and he's been slow away in both of his trials. So I'd be a bit concerned about taking 260 about a horse where he hasn't proven he can sit off pace, relax and finish off. And he's also hasn't proven that he's ironed out his gate manners. I reckon that's a bit of a premium price for something that is a very good chance to do a bit wrong in the run. If he runs to his peak ratings, he win. But I don't know that the scenario is there for him to do that. And the horse that can pounce off that is Big Red Tequila. Jump outs have been good, has a turn of foot. And we just know that she's going to be charging late.
Yeah, when she's a big striding mare when she gets some clear air. I'm with you. I think that's the first time we've pretty much agreed on something today in Big Red Tequila. Yeah, exactly.
It actually might be.
I think it is. Yeah, we're sort of head-to-head.
Flying done.
Flying done.
One though, that's not much.
It's not a fun day at the pub if someone's
someone's
losing.
Hopefully you have a few savers on mine.
Well, to be fair though, like we have bet a lot in races we're not betting in.
Yeah, that's true.
So we always come with each other there, even if it's just a little speculative. Race number 8. This is the Bob Charlie Stakes. It's a listed race under handicap conditions, 1,100 metres. Who have you got in the feature, Sults?
I thought Broodnell was a good price each way. His run at Hawkesbury was only fair, but geez, he improved last start at Scone. They sort of rode him cold, but he finished off really well to the line. Now he's third up. And this race doesn't have a great deal of speed, so I reckon from barrier 2 they'll be more positive. He's got a pretty good record, Randwick track and trip as well. His best certainly measures up. He doesn't win out of turn these days. I think General Salute's a good horse. He does go well fresh off long spells. He's only had the one trial. He's got a quicken under 59 kilos. His other wins where he really has quickened and showed good change-up speed, he's been under lighter weights. Like he's yet to sort of prove himself under this weight, but he could run well. But I thought the value was with Broodnell.
Yep. Chidiacs picked the Bob Charlie over the Morgan Cup too. I might have a little bit of a squiz at her. I thought she was going to go to Queensland. I thought it was a better race, but there I am. Proven wrong, Sultan. Race 10 on the program, benchmark 78. This will round out our specs. We are combining here. Because it's complete and utter nitrous oxide.
It is.
It's the nitro.
And Glorious Moments is a favourite of mine, and I wanted to follow off his first up run, but I'm not. They space his runs, and he likes wet tracks, so I don't even know if he'd run if it was a dry track, to be honest. And he draws the car park nitro. He was good first up, wasn't he?
He was.
He closed off some of the best splits of the day. He fended off Bella Corazan, who has science. Is it Scienso? Siniso? That good alpha mare? Sinso?
Sinso, yeah.
Yeah, Sinso.
Yeah, I was trying to wrap my head around.
Yeah, La Roja. Like that ties in some pretty good horses. So, it wasn't like he was coming through a shit race, and he was good for 1,400 metres. Last race of the day, they bring him to the middle of the track. He'll finish off strongly.
I agree. Like that plaintive form.
Yeah, that really, it starts free, plaintive.
Really good form. Like he went and won a PJ Bell or something, was it?
Yep.
Yeah. So, nitro for me as well. Let's get to our best bets from around the country. So, where does most of your confidence lie this weekend?
Eagle Farm Race 6 Churchill's Choice best bet.
It's a race-to-race best bet double, Sults, because I mentioned it. The floodgates are going to open for this filly, Sylph, in race number 5. In the Queensland Day Stakes.
You got to roll them in together, don't you? The footy and Salt's best bets.
650 into $5 best bet. That's a pretty good double. I'm having the double right now. So they are the best. You got a value, or $5 and $650 is pretty bloody good for.
My best value would be Grand Host at Morphettville.
Okay.
Race 5, $10.
Yeah, like it. Just squizzing through here. I mean, I think the biggest odds I might have here, Sults, is like Solid Gold in the actual Group 1, but it's more speculative than confidence there in terms of applying best next to it. But
Yep.
there's plenty to be had there in that $5 to $10 range from both of us across the show today. We won't be back in your ears next week, Salts.
You're having a freshen up.
I'm having a little
Much deserved.
I'm having a little 1 week freshen up. I'm gonna go get a little bit of sun on my back somewhere, and then we will be back the following week. So we'll miss Stradbroke week, but 2 Units Podcast on Instagram. Give it a follow because we'll be punching out plenty of plays, particularly in South Australia, well, all over the states, to be honest.
I like how you say sun on your back somewhere because you don't want to give the nod to the paparazzi where you're going.
Exactly
It's
right.
a good trick of mine that I use.
Yeah, well, I just don't like being door-stopped overseas.
No, it's fair call, mate.
I mean in Perth. Outstanding. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. It's always great to have your company right here on the 2 Units Podcast.